I just don't want to get these out of order here. So we have an invoice from.
It's hard to get the address. Project.
Yeah.
Allstate. That's for $28,831.
No, that's not it.
No, it should be Millennium or like
the only one I
96.
have.
We have,
And then I have a bill for Newfield.
Here's the page.
I have.
Huh.
And there's nothing on there's nothing here either.
I'm gonna print one out. We can.
Well, it's not on the agenda, so Lisa would have to add it to the agenda because there's nothing here. It's Newfield and Allstate, which are these two, but there's nothing there for a Millennium.
Which say sale of water? I mean, it's like. Better go back.
Sorry, couldn't resist.
Yes,
Yeah.
I got it right here.
Yeah, Brian
I got the
approved it.
first
I
sheet.
sent it around. I can print it out quick. Look at that.
I was just trying to help.
Don't, you know, all six.
No, I remember reading it at home. Yeah, but then I thought maybe it was too late for the meeting. So they didn't need to rush on it.
It's not a special meeting, so you can add anything you want. And they definitely would like to be paid if they've already submitted it. I forwarded it to you already.
Yes, I got off on it. So that's how I got it. You sent it.
I'm looking at it.
Let me see.
I always throw my leases. I said, oh, there's one, there's one, there's one.
Good.
Brian signed off on it.
Yeah, no, I remember.
I don't have any issues with it.
So it's what, 96,000?
Yeah, 96 out of their whole contract.
That's okay.
Their
I got
contract
no
value,
problem,
their
yeah.
contract value is 2.5 million.
Right,
So
right.
96 grand.
You put on,
Well, it's like a week's work, so they're right on schedule.
So I make a motion, we pay.
we got an attitude.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No?
Pictures.
Then at least I need a motion to add the payment to Millennium Builders.
I make a motion, we add Millennium requisition number 1 to the payout, or to the meeting minutes.
I second it.
Agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Who's a so fast?
It's pretty cool.
So range up. Plumbing.
Do you have any trouble getting the inspectors down there?
No, they were good. They won't come through my roof, but it's a nice walk. I know.
Okay. I was waiting for Mike, but you know what? Because Mike's going to be the next guy presenting HVAC upgrade, so. If I said Mike, there'd be silence.
He's printing.
Oh, we already approved it.
Yeah. Mike, you can go. Yeah, well, these are both signed off, so.
Hopefully,
We already passed
You
it.
added it to the agenda?
Yeah.
We added it.
Ah, you
approved
guys
it.
are good.
We added it and approved it. Now you just gotta
Nice.
sign it.
I want.
Somebody's got to stamp it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'll get Lisa to do that later. How about an HVAC upgrade, Mr. O'Hara?
Okay, let's see. We had a meeting, another job meeting this past Wednesday.
Work in progress.
Oh, there we
It's
go.
not fixed.
We're back on. ASC is pretty much on schedule. They're gonna pull off their cruise, I think is next week because of the heat exchanger delay. But I think they're gonna have some of their subs still working.
The week of vacation, 19th that week.
I think it's they're gonna start next Monday, 2/12, due to the heat exchanger delay, so they're gonna, whatever. But then they're gonna shut down, and I think the principal and the staff are moving out of that office.
Friday's good.
They were
Everyone's
gonna
off.
do a shut down one panel, well, actually, have 2 panels to shut down, and you can explain what that is. But anyway, they were gonna do a shutdown on Friday, December 16th, and Monday the 19th. Jeff Cugno talked to the principal. They worked the deal out where the principal, staff, and the principal will move out of that office so they could do both shutdowns on Friday, this Friday, right? No, the 16th.
16th.
Yeah, which will save them a day of shutdown. So And that's, I guess, to complete the wiring for the 17 UVs they already have, and the wiring terminations and all that. So they're pretty much on schedule, rolling along. They have coordinated in pretty much in a lot of detail with the school schedules. They're going to be doing some day shifts, night shifts, and when there's certain conferences, they will not be working. So they're working that out with the principal and Jeff. The long lead items, the chiller is still on schedule for the 19th of February, which is good.
Wow,
The
that was
heated-
July originally.
Yeah, well, it's been holding in April. Yeah, they saved a couple months, 2 months. The heat exchanger is supposed to be here the 22nd of this month, which is why they're not going to be working next week. And everything else has been received except for the switchboard, which is in July. So yeah, we've closed out all the PCOs. They do have one RFI that's going to become actually it's going to be a wash, the mechanical closure thing. They think it's going to be a wash. That's where the piping is coming up to the unit ventilators. They got the valves there. It comes down from the ceiling, goes horizontal to the unit ventilators. They were talking about sheetrocking those. Now they decided to make them actually like radiator covers so they can pull them off and access the valves, and they might need some doors and stuff. But anyway,
Good idea.
so that's,
Yeah.
sounds like that's going to be a no cost change or adjustment. So other than that,
How's the principal and the teachers?
I think they've been, Patrick and Jeff, after every job meeting, Patrick and Jeff Kutno go into the principal's office, work out, I guess they talk about the schedule, what's going on. Jeff's working on custodians coverage and make sure that, they need overtime, or if it's a day shift that goes to the night shift. But they're working night shifts except if the school's clear. So far, so good.
Everybody's happy.
Everyone's not unhappy. So
Not
Okay.
loud.
we haven't heard of recent unhappiness.
Oh, with her, you'd hear it.
Yeah, I know. No, I think, and Mike Grassi, who's their project super, he's in touch with it, and probably Doug interacts with you a lot, but he's always talking to the custodians and the principal about what's going on and letting them know what's coming, if they have to get out of a room or into a room.
Always the custodians.
That's right. Always make sure the guys with the keys, the biggest set of keys, are, kind of updated and in the loop. So.
We should have a competition between the schools, Willard didn't have any problems. So
Yeah. Well, there were some problems in the beginning,
Yeah, the first week was,
Yeah.
but then that got settled pretty quickly.
Yeah. So that's my update that what Patrick would have given.
Okay.
The boiler evaluations we're expecting next week, 16th. Yeah. So that was Griswold, Hubbard. I think he included Willard as well, didn't it?
Did.
Yeah.
I just went over the.
And that'll play into maybe if Griswold and Hubbard don't get the grant from the state and they go for the Fed money, if there's a boiler replacement needed in one of those schools, that would play into one of those grant applications. But and then speaking of the Board of Ed grant applications, the awards are supposed to be notified or issued in late March, either March or April. So I took the liberty of requesting proposals from Fryer and CES to finish the bid package, give us bid support during bidding, and then also for construction administration. Basically what they're doing on Willard right now and what they've done on Willard. Because right now, the drawings that we have are only by CES. Fryer has not done the outside civil stuff, the exterior chiller, closure, all that, and the interior details. Newfield went through and did all their construction work and did the upfront bid package, but there's still gaps. And CES, I think, has to bring up the drawings to finalize where the chiller is going, the piping, points of entry, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
That'll be good if we get that done, but you know what's gonna happen the minute that.
Yeah.
Whichever way it goes, the grant information comes through, somebody's gonna get a
Well,
burr under their saddle. so
what's
let's
going to
do the
happen,
other schools.
right? And I'm saying if both schools
be
get
ready.
awarded,
Right.
now it'll take town council and board of finance time to figure out how the funding works.
Yeah, I
But
bet,
they're going to be looking to this group to say, okay, guys, we got the money.
Let's go.
Here it is. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, they shouldn't hold them
I
back.
think
Well, I'm saying, if they get the grant, is there additional work that the state's gonna require on the plans?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's where.
And that's why the CES will have to, whatever the, I guess, the state education department, like the high school, they have their own specs or requirements. CES has got to make sure that drawings comply with that. And I don't know, is it reporting as well, or?
Yeah,
that-
well, it's gonna be part of the bid documents we get out to the sub.
Right.
Or the GCs, and they'll put it in the sub.
Right. So there'll be some time to get that wrapped up, but, and then, did CES probably go out this week to the
Not yet,
schools?
no, we haven't
Okay.
been down a day yet. They haven't.
Yeah, they're gonna go out, they wanna go to Griswold and Hubbard, that's Scott from Fryer and Bryce from CES, just to see, I guess, refamiliarize themselves with the job, and then, they can use Newfield's information too, to kind of figure out where they may need some extra work. So, anyway, so, on the commissioning, I'm gonna check SES. I don't remember if they, had Griswold and Hubbard in their scope. I'll check, and then if we need to refresh that,
I don't think they did.
yeah, I don't think so either. I think it was for Willard.
No, just Willie.
Yeah, so, and then,
How are they doing with their?
I talked to, they're basically, I think, now in a holding pattern. They did some upfront work. They did, I think, 2 inspections, and now they're kind of,
The shop drawings, right?
Yeah,
All the shop
yeah.
drawings.
and then I know that when the chillers come in, I think they're gonna, to take a look at what's in the box and make sure it all complies. But he said to me that, he's holding off a little bit for when things get a little bit further along to come in and then actually check out. Because right now it's all univentilator work.
Yeah.
It's piping and univentilators. And they already did some of the stuff on the UVs, so,
Did they need me to do my walkthrough?
sorry.
Did they need
Oh,
me to
you?
do any more walkthroughs over there?
Don, you're always welcome. You'll find something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I think, well, all the ceilings now are covered up in the hallway, so it's all in the classroom. And they did a lot of work in the mechanical room too. I haven't, next week I'm gonna go down and check out what they've done. So, they got some big pieces in, pumps and controls and all that. So that's kind of where things stand on the, schools. The only other question I had for you was, okay, so we have Fryer, CES, SES. For those 2 schools, would you want to have it, as far as the construction management, would it still be the same approach? Construction manager
It's
as an
worked,
advisor?
hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. Yeah,
Have we had any complaints, really?
no, not that I know
What
of.
happens if Newfield decides to bid on the job?
Bid on what? Oh,
They can't.
Well, they can't do both, but they wouldn't be our construction manager. Would we allow Newfield to bid on the work and then get a new construction manager?
well, my question is, number one, if you want Newfield, how would you handle that? Because that's not going to be a small number for Griswold and Hubbard,
I know.
We gotta bid it. I just-
Okay, all right.
No,
so
no,
that-
we're definitely gonna bid.
Oh, okay, you mean bid the CM aspect of it,
Also the CM, but I mean, we're, obviously, they've done a very good job at CM.
right?
We've
like
had,
it.
we've had numbers from them from the beginning that are gonna be going on, 3 years old? They gave us numbers to do the other schools originally. I know they did.
Oh,
Yeah, they
okay.
did.
You know what, I'll have to check that, okay.
Because if they're gonna hold those numbers, why
Right.
wouldn't we take them? I mean, it becomes a no-brainer. They want the work. Exactly.
Okay. But if they didn't, then you'd have to actually, you'd have to bid it, and then so you have almost like 2 bids going out.
Because when we put out the numbers for the CM, I think we included all the schools. And we evaluated against all this.
Yeah, well, I know we had pre-construction work
Yeah.
for Griswold and Hubbard, and I think there was a reference to possibly using a change order approach if one
Correct.
or both of the other schools came online,
Right.
but that could be a big number, and I don't know, town council, board of finance, gonna like, oh, well.
Well, we bid it before.
Yeah, I
That's the
know
thing.
that, yeah,
And like, if they're willing to honor the numbers that are 3 years old,
right,
I think
Okay.
that's
All
how we
right.
sell it.
that could be the argument,
Yeah.
okay.
Because we bid it once. It's not like it's a no bid contract.
Yeah,
We already bid it.
yeah,
We awarded based on that information.
Yeah.
But if they'll hold the numbers and they're 3 years old,
but you raise a good point. They might just say, you know what, we just want to bid on the actual project itself.
At
Or
the
they
same
could
time,
do,
they may not.
they could you do
No, they
both?
could,
Could you do both?
No, we wouldn't have
No.
them be a CM.
No,
on their own work,
what I mean is, could you bid on both? So if you lost the construction, you'd have the CMA.
Meaning,
I think they're gonna have to decide.
Okay.
Yeah.
If they-
All right.
If we're willing to award them the contract for the CMA piece, then let's keep them doing that.
Yeah.
And let's not let them do that. We'll
Okay.
let them put it out to bid for GC services. We'll take numbers in. If we get a quarter of the participation we did on the police station.
Yeah,
For
That'd be
the-
fine.
that'd be
Yeah.
great.
Fantastic.
all right, I think that kind of wraps up the elementary schools HVAC update. Any other questions? You okay, Tom?
Not about that, no.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. No, we're getting to your,
No, no, no,
yeah.
no, it's fine.
All right, then we have
All right.
2 invoices. First one is from Newfield Construction, their regular monthly submission of $20,388.50.
I just want to say there's a percentage difference between the Newfield requisition for that job and All-State requisition for that job.
Yeah.
On percent complete. So I don't have a big issue with it. I just want to make sure no one at the table does.
How significant is it?
I think it's like 8%.
They had a little bit of a difference last month.
Is Newfield higher?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
could be because they billed last time for construction, pre-construction work in Griswold and Hubbard. I
Right.
wonder if that trickled into the Willard percent complete.
Well, it shouldn't, this is
You know
the
what I mean?
same, I mean, they're billing a flat
Right,
fee every month.
But they billed last month an extra 20-something grand because they finished up pre-construction work for
right.
Griswold and Hubbard.
You're
And I'm
right.
wondering if that trickled into their percentage complete.
So for All-State is at 59%, and then these guys are at. These guys
Okay.
are at 42%.
Okay.
So
So they're behind.
Newfield's behind, All-State's ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
And did the architect sign off?
Actually, the architect did sign, but I think last time we were gonna ask them about that. Because the gap last time wasn't 8%, it was 6, something like that, 4 to 6, I think, if I remember correctly.
yeah, I don't know why. Well, when I get the emails from Patrick, the email transmittal says that Newfield, CES, and Fire Architects have reviewed and signed, basically have
Yeah.
reviewed and are okay with the.
I'm just pointing out the percentage difference that there probably shouldn't be.
Yeah. Put
Do you want me to ask
well,
Patrick?
Put in the record and
That's all.
remind
Yeah.
us,
Yeah,
for next
yeah.
month, if it's more than
So
this
let's-
percentage, we would
All
ask
right.
again. They're saying,
Next time you're talking to Patrick, say, bring it up to him.
Right.
And say, we forgot to ask him last month. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
okay.
I remember a conversation, we were gonna ask him.
I warned him about that.
Yeah, okay.
That I didn't want to see too much of a gap there. I'm fine with that. I make a motion we pay it.
second,
All in favor?
I,
Passed. And then we have a rec from Allstate for $28,831.
no. 219.
Oh, I'm sorry. 219, 314.73.
Make a motion, we pay. Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
This one is not signed by them.
No, they're, none of them are
They have a
signed
notary.
by the architect.
Notarized.
But the notary doesn't mean.
No, notary's nothing. I mean, the person that signed it signed in front of you, maybe.
If no one signed it, then they obviously didn't. Anyway,
I could ask Patrick about that too.
We want a cover letter from the architect on these. All the requisitions.
Yeah.
Okay,
We should be asking for that in every.
yeah.
Yep.
It's funny, in this case though, it's like CES is almost like the prime designer and Fryer is like their assistant in this particular case.
Yeah.
But they're all looking at the invoices. All right, I'll hit Patrick with
Well,
that.
that's the other thing. You have a lot of people looking at these invoices.
Yeah.
I don't know how hard they look at them.
Well, finance actually asked me on the second to last invoice to send the transmittal email that Patrick had sent to us because he caught the fact that the architect wasn't signing on. There wasn't an architectural sign off.
Yeah.
You know.
But if you get the email from Patrick, that's,
Well, that's what, and
We'll
now
cover
we're
you.
sending that to finance along with the approved.
so
rec.
maybe that's what Patrick's thinking. You don't have to.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll ask the questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Did we get a slab moisture review update? I can't remember if we talked about that. I don't think we did because Tom Salamino was
We got a
chomping at the
proposal.
bit.
All right. So, Doug got a proposal from Lorero, and I think we all have questions on the boring locations. So if you look at the map, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 locations, and I think they propose to do one in the courtyard.
Yes.
One in the courtyard.
Yeah, that's almost like a
It's not a,
as necessary or after the fact.
or if needed or determined to
Yeah,
be
no,
or
no.
something.
It,
Yeah.
Let's, I suggest we not do anything with it, and I'm actually gonna give Tristan a call and ask.
Okay.
Have a conversation with him, because